Welcome everyone to Mocktail Thriver Hour. I am so excited. We are making history today because I don't think this has ever been done in the breast cancer community. And so, dust off my shoulders. I love to be the first one. So let's get this. Thank you so much to Elaine for being here. Huge fan of her social media. She's an incredible content creator. She obviously does mocktails, but she also does wellness too. And so without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Elaine.
Thank you so much for having me, Kelly. So yes, I would just want to start off by saying thank you so much for having me because breast cancer is, and I told Kelly this before we got into everyone being here, is breast cancer is a very special topic for me because it's also affected my family as well. And so knowing that, I also know that alcohol is definitely not the healthiest. So I want to give you guys the tools that you can use to make any, like besides just the paloma that we're making today, but give you guys a little bit more knowledge so that you can also get creative at home as well. So to get started, I know I said to you guys you could use almave or ritual as your base spirit for a paloma. If you guys don't know what a paloma is, by the way, let me just say it's just almost kind of like the sister of a margarita. So it's usually your base spirit, which is tequila. Then you have grapefruit juice or grapefruit soda, lime, and simple syrup. There's two different variations, but the one that I'm going to do for you guys today is the one that I find a little bit more tasty. You could make this one with tequila, like non-alcoholic tequila, lime juice, grapefruit juice, simple syrup, and then you top it with soda. That's one way to do it. The way that we're doing it today is a little bit more simpler, but I find the tastiest, which is tequila, hibiscus syrup for our own little twist on it to make it a little bit more pink, some lime juice, lime juice and grapefruit soda. I find that the grapefruit soda that we're using today takes out having to put simple syrup, like heavy simple syrup in it, so that we get a little bit more of a floral notes to it with the hibiscus syrup. So for hibiscus syrup, it is going to be from hibiscus tea, very floral. What I would do is I would just do maybe like for this, because I don't drink a lot of this, obviously you only need about half an ounce of this. So what I would do is water, like half a cup plus just like a tablespoon of hibiscus flowers. You cook that until it just gets all that color in there. And then you add equal parts sugar or honey if you want to be a little bit more healthy. So to start off, I'm going to do the 2 ounces of my non-alcoholic tequila. This one today I'm using is Tomo no Tomo, but it's very similar just because it's hard to get almave down here. I've had it before down here, but it's very hard to source. So what we're going to do is take our little trusty jigger if you have one. So this one is the 2 ounce side, then I have the 1 ounce side right here. We're going to fill it all the way to the top. When you're making any cocktail, you want to make sure that it's all the way to the very top where it's almost kind of like we call it in bartender world, like the meniscus. So it's kind of like almost overflowing, but it's not spilling out. So I'm going to pour that into the small part of my shaker cup, 2 ounces. And then I'm going to go in with my lime juice. Little tip for you, if you're doing fresh lime juice like I am, is 1 lime equals about 1 ounce, usually. So 1 ounce of that, 0.75 to like 1 ounce.
The whole lime, right?
Yeah, you can do the whole lime. And then our hibiscus syrup. Again, very easy to make. I know Kelly did say that there was a link to making or for hibiscus syrup on Amazon as well. Either or works. I only drink like 1 mocktail a day, if that. So I just decided to make it myself here. So if you are using a measurer called a jigger like me, then you just would need to put it into the middle line of your 1 ounce part of your jigger. Kelly, do you see it? Do you have a line?
You see me flipping it around. What
Yeah.
and what is it? The 1 ounce side.
Yeah, the 1 ounce side, and it's gonna be the, like, I don't know if you have lines in yours, but it's basically just half of it, half of the 1 ounce side.
Oh, a half ounce.
Yes.
A half ounce line? Okay.
Yes.
Can you guys tell this is my first time using one of these? I ordered it on Amazon and it was delivered today, so I'm very excited.
Honestly, I love that. These are the, I forgot what specifically they call these jiggers, but I prefer these ones because they have a little bit more weight to it. They're easy to kind of like, when you're going really fast at a bar, it's really cool to be able to flip around. So after that, whether you are shaking your drink or you're building it in your glass right now, this is you. If you're building it in the glass, you can skip this part. Obviously, you're not shaking. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ice and I'm just going to put it into that small part of the shaker. And here is another little lesson from a bartender for you is if you are using a shaker, what you want to do for ice to make sure you're getting enough ice into your drink to shake and have everything diluted properly and have all of the, like the perfect amount of dilution, because that actually really matters. You want it to basically fill this short part of the shaker. Okay. And then I'm going to just pour all the contents from here into there, just like that. And I'm
So how much ice do we put in?
Pretty much all the way up to this top.
Oh, really?
Yeah, usually for the perfect amount of dilution. Again, not necessary, but if you want to be fancy, not fancy, but if you want
to be fancy.
Yeah, if you want to get technical, then you would want to fill it all the way up to there. And the reason I say that is because you want to get enough dilution where it's actually supposed, the cocktail is supposed to taste the way that it is supposed to taste. If you are going to make, like, let's say a paper plane, I know those are popular in New York. I don't know where else they'd be popular, but any shake and drink like a margarita too, you will notice a huge difference if there's not enough dilution, because then it gets too acidic. And then you're just like, ugh, it's just too much for me. You really do want the perfect amount of dilution. And when you are shaking it, with, I think you're using a cobbler shaker, yes. So if you're using a 2-part shaker like I am, which is also called a Boston shaker, you would have to put this flat part of the shaker close to your chest. Reason I say that is so that it doesn't break into two and everything goes everywhere. And then there is hibiscus syrup on your ceiling. So just make sure that is properly sealed. That is making a vacuum seal actually. And then you're just gonna shake. And you want to just shake it just enough where you can hear the ice breaking inside. Nothing crazy, usually about 10 seconds, a little bit less. I'm gonna go get my glass. I'll be right back.
God.
Yeah, I love a good.
It just opened on me.
Are you okay?
Yes. I opened the top and it. Well, you were just warning us about this, weren't you?
Yes, I was. Yes. Also, though, cobbler shakers.
I'm so glad we're recording this. So, you know.
I didn't even see. I guess it was when I was getting the glass. If you want to be extra fancy, also, I love to chill my glass. There is nothing better than drinking out of a really cold glass. So while Kelly gets a little cleaned up there, I'm just going to fill my ice up.
I'm gonna make it all over again because I have extra.
Oh my God. Yeah, make it all over again. That's fine. Take your time. And I'm also going to, if you want to, another tip as well is when you're using your shaker to take it apart. So Kelly has she had a cobbler shaker, which is, I have one as well, but it's basically just like, it has a little strainer built into it. I have one. I personally am not a huge fan of them just because for me, I don't know why, but I just have such a hard time opening the top off. But with these Boston shakers, they're pretty straightforward. So this is the flat part again. And then what I would say is this is how I describe it to new bartenders. There is a 5 o'clock and a 7 o'clock right there. So that's the spine, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock. You want to hit it with your palm on either side of that to separate it. So I'm going to separate it at the 5 o'clock and it opens up just like that. And I'm going to strain right into the glass. This is just a little hawthorn strainer. It keeps the ice from going into the glass. So I'm just going to pour it just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to top it with my grapefruit soda. And for grapefruit soda, I did recommend Jaritto, still recommend it. I couldn't find it. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the imports to Canada right now, but I found a different grapefruit soda that's just as good, totally fine. So I'm just gonna top it off like that. Give it a little stir with my bar spoon. And then I have a little grapefruit slice, just like that. I didn't put a salt rim on my recipe, just because I'm not a huge fan of them, in all honesty. You can do that if you'd like. It cuts through the citrus really well. But for this recipe specifically, I didn't think it needed it. It's very straightforward. Also, look how pretty that is. It can't get any prettier than this. Oh my gosh, Jess, that looks so good. Please tell me what you think. Can we get Jess's mic on so I can hear what she has to say?
Okay, so I'm gonna take a sip. Here we go. Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, no, it's very refreshing. I also really like that this is a great intro drink to spring. I don't know what the weather is like where you guys are right now, but right now here in Toronto, it is the hottest day I've seen so far. We had snow all the way up to literally my hips just like 3 weeks ago, and now I can walk outside perfectly. Ooh.
I like it. I used like the Ritual.
So Ritual, that's another thing. Ritual, I worked with them months ago, like back when I first started doing mocktail videos, and I was so impressed by the taste of their tequila, which is why I recommended that one. Because if you've ever tasted regular alcoholic tequila before and then tried this Ritual, it's so similar. It's honestly crazy. Like I would compare it to Casamigos Reposado. Like,
yeah, it has like just a little bit of that smoke flavor, like on the tail end, like of the drink, and it's like a little unexpected, but it's so good.
Yes, exactly. And it's just the burn is also, and that's another thing, is the almave and the Ritual. So those are both very similar to a reposado tequila. And so not only does it smoky, because it's like reposado is usually barrel aged, they add a little smoke in there, but they give you a burn in the back of your throat, just as alcohol would. So what they use for that is they usually use peppers. A lot of brands nowadays are using some sort of spice to kind of almost give you a little bit of heat. And then one thing I would recommend though for the Ritual one is I don't think I shook it before, because obviously it's not alcohol, but I didn't shake mine when I first got it delivered. And I remember like the first taste I had was very spicy. So if I had any recommendation for you for the Ritual, just give it a little shake before you use it. But yeah, no. So that is the drink, everybody. Miriam, what did you think?
We're about to try it, but I added the rim because I love tajin.
Oh my god, tajin is perfect. Oh my gosh, yes.
That's actually really
delicious.
Good.
Yeah, a little bit of like a floralness to it. Just like a very nice twist on a paloma, but very straightforward. Kelly, how are you doing?
I'm so good.
Did you finally make, yeah, you made
I
you
made
made the
it. Can you
second one?
see? It was good. I love it.
Well,
You
you
know,
made yours in the little wine glass. That one looks very similar to mine, actually.
I love an aesthetic, so cool decorative glass. No, I really liked it.
Mhm.
This is probably, I would say, probably my first mocktail ever. Um,
Really?
yeah, and then I got the fact that I got to make it and then I can
What
make it
did
anytime.
what non-alcoholic did you use?
Um, the one Ritual, the one that you recommended.
Ritual, yeah. So Ritual and again almave are both really good. I don't know if anyone here is a F1 fan, but almave is by Lewis Hamilton. Um, and he has also like a silver tequila that he just launched as well. That one, almave, I will say, does also taste very much like tequila because they actually make it in the same steps as you would a regular tequila. They use agave plants just like a regular tequila. It's crazy, the steps that they can take today. But yeah, does anyone have any questions for me? Any mocktail questions that I can answer for you guys? Or cocktail.
I was just gonna say that, I love that we did this because, I feel like you ever feel like you order a drink, like an alcoholic drink, and you love the taste of the drink, but then like you're like, I am 10 sheets to the wind right now, and I want to have something that like tastes good, but like doesn't give you that. And like, as I could say, I turned 40 like 6 months ago. 7, 8 months. I'm losing track. I feel like now in my 40s, I can't hang when it comes to alcohol. Like I have one and I'm like, I'm done. And I feel
Oh
like
my,
and I've heard that before, as you get older, your tolerance for alcohol gets lower and lower. And so it's nice to have something like this that like, oh, like come summertime or whatever, you just want to make yourself a drink. As myself, I don't actually drink at home.
yeah.
I try to, as breast cancer survivors, we're always told to like moderate with alcohol and save it for like a special occasion or whatever. And
Mhm.
it's cool that like, yeah, if you're like in the mood for something like this, we can make it. And like it's
Yeah.
interesting, this what I call it alcohol, alternative, tequila or whatever. It has that spice to it where
Yes.
you think
Yes.
like,
It's
yeah,
almost it's almost kind of like, whoa, am I actually drinking? It's not just the burn per se, but like you can taste almost kind of like an oakiness to it. What Ritual does as well is they add like a vanilla to it as well, just like the same notes as you would with like a regular reposado tequila. And also too, like as breast cancer survivors, I totally think you guys should really dabble into, I don't know how, I'm pretty sure it's actually bigger in the US than it is in Canada, but the functional beverage market, which is like a little subcategory of the non-alcoholic world, which is like adapt and like kind of stuff. So yeah, no, like with those ones, especially even if you don't want the taste of a tequila, but then you want actually like a little bit more of like a relaxing feeling, those are like some things that you could really look into.
all right, I'm gonna go to Nicolette because I could probably ask you questions all day. Go ahead, Nicolette.
Hi. Quick question for you. There's a lot of mocktails like in cans.
Yeah.
Do you have a brand that you recommend? Or what's your favorite maybe?
So actually, crazy enough, this is going to go back to the adaptogen side of things. If you were to just think of, I don't really like the mocktails in a can that often, just because I like to make them. Like I like the act of making them. If I had to pick, I would say Noah, which you can, as if you're in the US, you can actually get Noah products. It's on upsideddrinks.com. And Noah has a can called an amaretto sour. So it's a peach amaretto sour in a can, which amaretto is like almondy. It's usually a non-alcoholic or it's usually an alcoholic almond liqueur, but they have their own non-alcoholic version. So they do that with a little bit of peach and lemon and a little bit of syrup. And then it's almost identical to me as like a real amaretto sour. The only difference is because it's in a can, you can't do egg whites and make it frothy, but the taste is still really delicious. But because I like to almost kind of get more into, especially as someone that's more now kicking into wellness and really paying attention to my sugar intake. What I would also recommend is for the functional beverage side, there's another one called Drink Hio, which I'm pretty sure is US. It's HIYO, so Drink Hio. And they have like, I think it's like either 0 grams of sugar or like 2 grams of sugar, but they have like peach spritzers. And these ones are full of adaptogens. So things that you find from like mushrooms. So like lion's mane, all that kind of stuff. And they almost kind of give you like a buzz, but it's not like a drunk buzz. It's like relaxed. Like I could like drink one and giggle with my fiance. Sometimes I'll go into a giggle fit, but it's low sugar, so way less sugar than you would find in alcohol, but also you don't get it hungover. So that is my alternative to drinking for cans. I usually dabble with those rather than like a mocktail can.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
I was also going to ask about like the adaptogens. So like I know Katy Perry came out with a brand.
Yes. Yeah, she has
I think it's Dessois or whatever.
yeah. And then you have Bella Hadid has I forgot what it's called. Starts with a K, I think.
And some of her stuff
I have it. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, go ahead.
I bought it when I went to go get the ritual. Wait,
yes.
Which
it's
one?
Called, please tell me the name of the can because it's gonna annoy me. Kin.
Oh, that one. Kin.
Yes, that is actually my favorite. Also, by the way.
Is that also an adaptogen?
Yes. So those are adaptogens in nootropics. I should know more about this as I speak
it's
about
just
it.
Interesting because like if you actually like look up the reviews on Katy Perry's brand, it's just like, I mean, not that great. And so
I won't lie to you.
Might be better in the fact that you're recommending it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. So I've tried Dessois. It was given to me as like an advent calendar. I got like a huge Christmas time, and they gave me a bunch of brands to try within that box. And Dessois, I tried. It was like an aperitif. It was almost trying to like say like a Aperol spritz, but they can't say Aperol spritz. So what they call it is an aperitif and soda, which honestly it tasted not great. I'm not gonna lie to you. Kin Euphorics was Miriam, she just showed me the can. It was like a green and pink can. That one was the best tasting one. I find they are a little bit more on the pricier side. They are the same size as Dessois, but not only does it taste good, but you do still feel effects. Like in the summertime, I did drink half a can with my fiance because you don't think that it's a lot, like that small can, but it actually packs a punch. In all honesty, like I drank it with him in the summer and we went to a food fest, and I'm telling you off the bat, I felt like I was on not a weed, it wasn't like a weed high. It was almost kind of like a weed high, but like tolerable, you know, like it was like everything is so bright. I'm like giggly and I'm like, but I'm still there, you know, like, and that's the whole thing about sobriety is we try to stay away from mind altering things. Mind altering things are things that, you know, could really make me make really poor decisions. Whereas that, like the adaptogen world, it's like you're still there. I'm still there, but I'm more relaxed. It's not like you're like stoned or anything, which would be classified as a mind altering. But yeah, Kin Euphorics is really good. They also now have spirit adaptogens. So you don't just have to buy it in the can and it's just a drink. You can almost get it as if you would like one of these non-alcoholics. There's one called Bon Buzz, which is from the States as well. And they pack a punch as well. They would basically have the same amount of adaptogens in 1 ounce of this as you would in a can.
Interesting.
Yeah, I usually drink them in the morning. I have this brand right over here. So this one is mushroom supplement, which is what the adaptogens and nootropics are part of that family. And Kineuphorix also has the same. It's like reishi and lion's mane, which is what I have in this. The only difference is like this is just like a supplement powder.
No, it's awesome. No, because like when I agree with you that I would like at home, I would want to make my own drink, but I think having it in the can, like say if you're going to
Yes.
a party or a pool party or something, and like everyone's going to be drinking something, and you're like, well, I want to be included too, but I don't really want to drink today, and so
Yes.
doing one of those things, and so that's really, I'm
Yeah.
interested to see like how this progresses, like seeing more, because my other question is, where do you find these things? Because like I
Yeah.
went to the liquor store, my same liquor store I always went to, and I'm like, really weird question. Where do I find the non-liquor liquor?
So
a little section, and yeah.
it's a little section. So I know some non-alcohol, like I know mocktail creators that are from the States. Most of them, 99% of them are from the States.
Yeah.
They usually say it's like within their liquor store, you go to the back and it'll be there. For us, we have them in grocery stores. I don't know if you guys have them in grocery stores, but like Heineken, Guinness, like they sell their 0% here in the grocery store because we also sell beer here. But upsidedrinks.com is the only, in all honesty, I'm going to be honest with you, is the only website I know, just because they also sell in Canada, but they also sell in the US. But they carry literally all of the adaptogen cans, that kind of thing. For us in Canada, our laws are a little weird. I can't just like buy a adaptogen from a website and have it shipped to me, which is so, honestly, I'm going to be honest, it's dumb. I have to go to a storefront. So we have quite a few. They're in the city, but they're in like this, they're right in the heart of downtown, which luckily I live in. So it's very easily accessible to me. And they also do sell online. But in the US, I'm so sorry, I don't know where to get your adaptogens. I just know that one website. But
well, I'm in New Jersey, which makes it more complicated because New Jersey has a law that liquor cannot be in the grocery store.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, when I have to buy anything, I have to go to a specific liquor store to get it. Like, yeah.
No.
we have Whole Foods, like we have like various mixers. Like you can go to
Yes.
the grocery store and get like various mixers, but like yeah, we have to go to the regular like liquor store, and so it's
No,
like,
yeah, we have beer and wine. So at the grocery stores. But again, also in Ontario, I'm not hating on my government, kind of am, but everything is regulated. So all of our alcohol actually comes through the LCBO, the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. So I'm pretty sure the grocery stores buy them from the province itself, and that's why they're totally okay with it. And I feel like now they're also catching on, and they're like, now we should probably carry the non-alcoholics as well because it's actually a moneymaker. But yeah, like I would say Upsided Drinks, I'm pretty sure they do sell everywhere in the US. But I also know like there's another adaptogen brand, before I forget, that's really, really good that I love, called Parch. And they're actually based out of the US, but one of the owners is also from Toronto, which is why I know about it. I've tried their cans, and in all honesty, it's right up there with Kin. And you can also buy it specifically, I think, from their website. Same thing with Kineuphorix. I think you can also buy it from their website. The only catch is, I know for Kin, you have to buy it in like a pack of 24. You can't just buy like 4 of them. You have to commit. But if you want to DM me and ask me what flavors, I think, like I told you, that like green and pink one is really good. But yeah, no, like the adaptogens, probably just straight from their website.
Does anyone have any questions for Elaine? Megan looks like she's got a question.
I have a lot of comments. Let me tell
Yes.
I have I just think this is awesome. Thank you so much. Like I know I don't have my cocktail in hand because
No, it's totally fine.
I'm not the brightest, as Kelly will say. As you well know, I focus on sometimes the wrong things, but I have to say this is incredible, you know, with my diagnosis. Also, my mom has gone alcohol free, she calls it, in the past couple of years. And so, you know, we're the only kind of two in our family. I grew up in wine country. Um,
Yeah.
and I live in New York, so it's, you know, this it's like always edging towards like we have now some mocktail bars. We
I
have
know. Yeah. I've been asked to come to them and I'm like, I
do
haven't even
it,
been to
do
New
it.
York.
Oh, you
I know.
gotta.
I
Oh
know
my
I have
God, can
to
we
go.
do it and hang out with Elaine? That would be the best.
Yes,
Yes.
Elaine, get on over here.
I know someone invited me over there from a mocktail bar, and I was telling my fiance, I'm like, he has also, funny enough, it's crazy because we're so close to you guys, but we
Yes.
just have never, he has also, he's 45, has never been to New York. He really wants to go.
Oh,
Yeah. So that
get
was
him on
a
in here.
huge, that was a huge like goal for us to come in either later spring or just like beginning of summer before it gets like 40 degrees out,
Yeah.
to just come for like 2 days. And I was telling him, I'm like, I know already that there's going to be some creators that I'm going to have to see. And I will definitely see you guys. We could maybe go mocktail hopping or mocktail bar
let's go
hopping or
mocktail.
Oh my
Oh,
God, that would be so much fun.
definitely
that would
show
be
us
amazing.
around.
Yes, RSVP, absolutely.
Definitely follow. If you do, you have me on Instagram?
I will add you.
Yeah, add me. I'll follow you back, and then we could definitely plan something out. That would be amazing.
I love that. And I just, you know, I wanted to say, Kelly, I did see that spill and I need you to know that I also tried one of those because my older mate's girlfriend is a bartender in the city and she does cool stuff like that. So I tried to do it behind my back and it went down my neck. I thought it was cool.
I'll one up you.
I would just
Yes.
like to say
I'll
this shaker is so old. When me and my husband bought our house like almost 13 years ago, that we got this amongst other things at Target. So this is a Target shaker. Clearly I need something better. But the fact that Elaine was like, be careful, he doesn't want. And I'm like, huh? Bet? Okay.
let's go.
Just
No, I'll
quiet.
one up you. I
Love
literally
it.
got it in my eyes once. I was
No.
off the bar. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I was drunk. It was New Year's Eve, and I
Love
was
this.
working in the financial district at this really fancy bar. And we were never open for like that late. But they're like, okay, we're gonna stay open for New Year's Eve. And then my first order was 10 lemon drop shots, and I
Oh,
was drunk, so I didn't close it. I wasn't paying attention, and I shook it, and it separated, went all over my face, into my eyes, and I couldn't see, so I had to like have my eyes closed, and I had to like grab my friend, my best friend, who was bartending with me, and I was like, I can't see. Can you help me? She's like pouring water on my face in the middle of the busy bar. Yeah, don't be everyone does it, so don't be ashamed.
that is beautiful. That price of glory.
Yeah, seriously. I could go on forever, but it was so nice to be here and thank you so much, honestly, guys. Truly. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to DM me. I'm always answering questions about mocktails, even if it's like I'm more wellness focused now. This bartending was always like my first love, and I will continue to work with non-alcoholic brands throughout the year. But also focusing more on just ones that are also healthy for you, ones with benefits. So, you know, full of antioxidants, that kind of thing. But I'm just a wealth of knowledge for you guys.
I love how Tiffany is joining us now and we're wrapping up. Well, no, this was like so awesome. Elaine, we need to do this again.
Definitely.
I'm gonna need you to come up with a new drink for me to spill all over the place. So,
Maybe this time we'll make one that's stirred. What about that? We'll do
ooh, I have to get myself one of those fancy spoons.
and then that way you don't have to that way you don't have to spill it all over yourself. I got you, girl.
Well, Elaine, people are asking how to find you, how to follow you, what's your handle?
Yes, my handle is it's Elaine Empalmado. I changed it to just be my full name. I know my last name might be hard to spell, so it's ITS Elaine ELAINE. Oh, you can also just see my name here on Zoom. So it's Elaine Empalmado.
And she's tagged on the post. Also, when I put this video on the website, I will have her social media tagged on there. So be sure to be following Elaine and all the amazing content that she makes. I am so excited to follow you and see, what you do next. And no, it's like I said before, your content is for me like when it's just uplifting and like motivational. And sometimes it's like sometimes, like seeing someone just like get up and like be like moving their body or like drinking something healthy or whatever. And it's just like motivates you to like do the same. And so you're definitely one of my new favorite creators that I follow. And so it was such I fangirled when you said you would do this. So I'm so excited. So thank you
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. Definitely let me know when you want to do another one of these. I'm always happy to. Again, I have a very flexible schedule, so I can always make time for you guys.
Megan, you're gonna have to bring your stuff.
I mean, listen, if you write it down everywhere, chances are I won't do it. I'll leave
Or
to
you
it.
know what? I'll just come to you. I'm gonna come to your apartment and we can do it from your apartment.
Let's do it.
That's
Get it,
Perfect.
get it warmed up for you, Elaine, when you and your partner get here.
Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, I really appreciate it. And again, feel free to DM me whenever you guys need.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. Thank you so much, Elaine, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.